So this is basically my final theory, and I think I'm sticking to this one. So basically, you remember, when was it? Was it 2018? Or was it 2017? I think it was 2017? Yeah, remember in 2017 when the Turkish lira collapsed? Like hella, like it just like tanked. So my theory is, and I had a friend who was in Turkey. Oh, no, not a friend. A person I thought was my friend that was in Turkey. And so basically, what they did is these rogue people, these rogue CIA agents or whoever, these Americans, they basically go and fuck shit up. They go commit crimes, and they make other people, they make people like me, they use people like me, like my identity, to do it. And so basically what had happened when I started this job at this front ass healthcare place, they basically bribed everybody to harass the shit out of me, and then would bribe paid restaurants and corner stores and all this other shit to literally poison me, and bribed my family, everybody. My family's gone. They've been replaced with other people. And then everybody I know, all of my friends and family, started calling me crazy and schizo. And everybody, every single person I know in my city, the ones that I can recognize, have all had plastic surgery to have their face reconstructed. And all these new CIA front buildings just pop up in my city. So basically, they took that money, and their intentions with that money is to cover up their tracks. So at first they tried to kill me, literally. So because if I'm dead, if I committed the crime, right, and I'm dead, oh, okay, bad guy's dead, right? So if that didn't work, basically they took the money. They're still doing it. They're still doing it. They're basically dishing out the money to fucking everybody. And people are getting new cars, and then people are getting plastic surgery and shit. And that's why I'm isolated. I literally have no friends, no family. I'm isolated, right? And and then all these CIA front buildings and all these people in disguises, right? And so I'm pretty sure that's the truth. I'm pretty sure that's the truth. One thing I do know is this person who I thought was my friend did, I believe, use my name in Turkey for something or another. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. And it's just a big cover-up. That's all it is. The only intention is to cover up their guilt. That's it. That's the only intention. The intention isn't to help anybody, because I have had everything taken from me. I got my Coinbase taken from me, my Coinbase account, with all of my money in it, stolen. Amazon account stolen, right? It's obviously no one's trying to help me, right? Because if someone was trying to help me, I wouldn't be sitting here in my car, homeless and shit, getting kicked out of my own house by my own family members who were just imposters. I'm crazy or I'm right, and I'm not crazy. So that's my theory. And there's just so many front buildings now. There's so many CIA front buildings. You could just it's obvious. It's not like you have to really analyze anything to tell oh yeah, this is just a front building, this is obviously a front building. So I'm pretty sure that's the truth, because whoever did that shit, the shit that went down in Turkey, I'm sure that was billions of dollars, with a B, tens of billions with a B. I'm pretty sure it was. So with that type of money, you can basically make anything happen. You can bribe anybody with that type of money. You can make your friends and family disown you with that type of money. And so I'm pretty sure that's the truth. I'm pretty sure it is. Somebody prove me wrong. And the thing is, people you know, like FBI and CIA, they don't give a fuck. Like, they're not actually trying to catch the perp. They're trying to either find the patsy or say the person's dead. That's all they're trying to do. Like, because they're getting paid too. They don't give a fuck. No one cares about justice. No one cares about the truth. That's the reality we live in. Like, no one really gives a fuck. Let's just say Turkey's over there struggling. Like, they give a fuck. Or, you know, maybe even Trump. Maybe he gives a fuck. Or somebody gives a fuck. People don't give a fuck if they're getting paid. You know? People don't give a fuck. Like, you know, like, there's people who will just, I wouldn't do that to Derek. He's my best friend. Oh, $1 million? Well, on second thought, you know, that's just how people operate. People don't care. If there's money involved, like, morals go out the window. I could be wrong. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense how I'm isolated and I have no friends or family. And then they also planted this fucking Orwellian spy device in my nose right here, in my nostril. And they fucking talk shit sometimes and say things. But that's what people consider like mental health when they hear the voices in their head. Like, it's actually just some fucked up people actually just fucking with you. That's pretty much what it is. And this is my life, you know, and this sucks. Like, I'm living in my car. I haven't like met a real person in so long. Everybody's either like, everybody I see or come across is either a robot or a person in disguise. Basically. Like, I saw my good friend, man. I saw him. You know, he looked totally, I didn't even recognize him, and I was at the bar, and I saw this dude with dreadlocks, and he just looked really exotic. That's why I noticed him. I was like, wow, those dreadlocks look cool. And then when I saw him faced it, and I looked at his eyes and saw his face, I was like, oh my god, that's my friend. And he doesn't even want to acknowledge me, and he's in a whole nother, like, I don't know if it's plastic surgery or a disguise or what, but he looks completely different. But when I looked into his eyes, I knew it was him. And then, like, on top of that, this is how they do it. They basically, so when I started that job, they basically made me sign this depression medication study, or I couldn't get the job. And after signing that, that's when I've been getting poisoned and whatnot. But they've also been giving me like LSD and shit. And the biggest myth in the world is they say LSD makes you hallucinate and see things. No, it doesn't. Basically, what LSD does is it deprograms your mind. It gets rid of all the fear, doubt, and uncertainty in your mind. And so they know too that I'm going through that. So anytime I talk, well, they can't do it anymore because I've been doing it for so long, right? They can't say anything anymore. But anytime I talk real shit, from like since a year ago when the shit started going on, anytime I told the truth, people would say I'm crazy. People would say I'm having mental health issues. People would tell me to see a therapist. That shit stopped now because I'm right about that. Like, I'm not wrong, I'm correct. So, and that's just an excuse they'll use to just try to make you, mental health is just an excuse, right? Like, it's just an excuse people use to hide the truth. And then also when they say it's a national security issue, that's just something they use to hide the truth. There's no national security issue. There is no issues. They create the issues, or they make you believe there's an issue, and then they have problem, solution, problem, or problem? I forgot. But that's all it is. And they basically just tried to use me as a patsy for their crime, and I'm sticking to that theory. Prove me wrong. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me. It probably makes sense to them too, but you know, no, the truth isn't on their agenda. Hiding the truth is always on the agenda when you're talking about, like, when you're talking about CIA, the masters of deception, and the FBI, who just corrupt. All of them are corrupt when it comes to if it comes to money. It doesn't matter. What can we do to get rid of this? Basically, Like, because they have money. They basically are the criminals, or they get bribes from the criminals to go to operate these phony investigations like they're doing now, and never find the crook when they are the crooks, or they know exactly who the crook is because the crook paid them. You know what I mean? It has to be like that, because there's just no way they can be that incompetent. And with the technology we have, there's just no way you don't know exactly who committed a crime. Period. Like, I've read this book, Big Brother and the Orwellian Spy Devices. They can see damn near anything. Like, it's not a secret. They can catch any criminal if they wanted to. It's just a matter if they want to. But then, like, if they had to do it like that, then they would have to give up all their secrets and all their tools that they can use to spy on American people. You know? That's basically it. Like, no one can call me crazy anymore, because then they'll just, like, sound stupid because I know the truth. And this is what it means when they say the truth will set you free. This is an example of it. Is when they say the truth will set you free. You just have to know the truth. You have to know what the truth is, or at least, you know, be on the right path to the truth. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. And I'm living in my car. It sucks. I got no money. It's shitty, but hey, I'm alive. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm alive. Like, they'll try to, like, say, they'll like try to send me subliminals through this little thing in my head and say I'm dead and shit. Just like, no, I'm not. I'm alive and well. But they want to make it look like I'm dead, especially, or even dead on paper, just so they can make it look like, oh, okay, investigation's over. Yep, the bad guy's dead, or whatever. I don't know. That's just my theory. But all I can do is really theorize and come to my own conclusions. I don't have anybody to talk to this. If I talk to anybody about this, you know, and the people that are in on it, they always try to, like, huh? Like, no, I'm not, no wink. No, I'm not in on shit. I don't know if you got paid, but I didn't. Like, I got everything taken from me. I don't know what the fuck you got. Like, I was on the corner, I was talking to this guy, telling him, like, I was like telling him my situation about how my family got replaced by these imitators. And what was he saying? He was saying something, but obviously, like, he was obviously staged to be there and meet me and see me there, and then they, like, wink at them. Like, no, tell the fucking truth, guys. Gosh, stop ripping off the world. Stop being criminals. Stop using all of our technology that's supposed to help society and you know, fix things, just to be criminals. Like, come on now. This is the thing. And it's really annoying, you know. Like, you see these people in these top positions, and they're just criminals, you know. Like, so, like, a street thug is a bad guy, but the director of the FBI who commits and hides crimes, he's fine. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. That's my truth. Prove me wrong, please. Because I don't necessarily want to be right about this. Like, that's really, like, a fucked up world, right? Anyways, I just have to speak my truth, you know. Peace.